AdamHarry from BoLS, back again with another quick overview. We're going to be taking a look at the Forces of War Machine book for Cygnar. This is the Cygnar Command book. All the things you ever wanted to know about Cygnar are in this book, hopefully. Here's the back of the cover of the book here. What it's going to cover, you're going to have your complete rules and profiles for everything from Cygnar has, you know, everything the Cygnar War Machine can bring. All the Warcasters, all the Warjacks. This book actually has rules for 2 new Warcasters and the new Character Warjack Brickhouse. It's also included in here, so it's as of filming, everything that's in the game currently is in this book right now. This book came out in March of 2017, so if you're watching this at a later date, I don't know, check the webpage. But if you're watching it recently, then this should all be up to date. It's also going to have a giant history and background for all the Cygnar good stuff. There's a painting guide and then a couple of theme forces as well that will give your army some cool new benefits for War Machine. So let's flip through real quick. We're going to look at the table of contents first, and you can kind of see exactly what I'm talking about here. It's got about 20 pages, give or take, of some background. It's got all of the major Warcaster models, and by major I mean all of them. There's no minor Warcasters really, but unless you count solos. But anyway, you got about 40 to 50 pages of background right there for all the different ones. We've got Warjacks of Cygnar, which again another giant section of Warjacks. It's about 40 pages for them as well, and then all of the troops, solos and things like that. And then we'll go through the model gallery and the painting guides as well. And last but not least, a couple of templates that you can photocopy and cut out. So let's go ahead and jump in real quick. This is the lore section. It's just going to have how the breakdown of the Cygnarian military kind of looks. King Julius is in charge. Call him OJ. Julius. Don't squeeze Julius. Orange Julius. I don't know. Anyway, here's a breakdown of how the army divisions kind of look. All the good stuff here. I'm not going to go through all the fluff. It's actually really in depth. There's a lot of stuff to read. As far as like, well, you can see the sub-captions there. They're Military Order of the Arcane Tempest. But it's a good breakdown. It's a good intro, again, if you're new to the Cygnar faction. But if you're an old hat, it's just going to kind of reinforce everything you probably already know. But there's more lore to be had in this book with all of the different things. But first, before we get to that, let's talk about theme forces. These are 2 of the new theme forces for Cygnar. You've got Heavy Metal right here and Sons of the Tempest. This one we'll go through real quick. This is Heavy Metal. If you want to run this theme force, it has to consist of the following stuff: Cygnar Warcasters, non-character Warjacks, Thunderhead, Mechanic Models units, Sword Knight model units, Archduke, Elaine, Runewood, Lord of Farain. I'm butchering these names, by the way. Solos with the battle group controller ability, Squire solos, Cygnar battle engines. This is not a mandatory list, but the army list can only be constructed of these things. So keep that in mind. Special rules. For every full 25 points of Warjacks and battle engines in this army, you can add 1 command attachment or solo to this army free of cost. Solos and mechanics in this unit gain reposition 3 inches at the end of activation in which it did not run or fail a charge. Model with reposition 3 can advance up to 3 inches. But then it ends its activation. Your deployment zone is extended 2 inches forward. So pretty fast moving stuff. Sons of the Tempest, I'm not going to go over, but it's another theme force that you can run, which is pretty cool. Here we get into the Warcaster section. Whole bunch of cool Warcaster stuff. Yeah, I'm not even going to go over but all of the Warcasters, but you get the idea. We'll take a look at Siege real quick. Breakdown for him. You've got all the card information you'd find if you bought the model. You've got a whole background section about him. More than a couple paragraphs to read about. Alistair Kane, and then Alistair Kane 2. Yeah. And then we got Darius. There's just a ton of the Warcasters here. Captain Allison Jakes. There's Cray. There's Major Mathematics. Nemo. That crazy wonky game Nemo. Yeah. There's Sloan, the Sniper, Strikers, Juiced Up, Sturgis, Constance Plays. She's actually a merc, but you can totally take her. So just wanted to point that out. She's actually in this book too. Kane's Hellsingers. Those are all mercs. Here we're going to get into the Warjacks of Cygnar. I want to show off Brickhouse. as an example. There he is. Just missed him. There's old Rowdy. Dynamo! Here he is. This is the new brick house. Again, if you've never seen brick house, here's all the stats, weapons, the damage block, all of the different special stuff you need to know here, and then a full background about him. Brick house is, I believe, let's see, I want to say it was Maddox's Bond. Yeah, Bond with Maddox. So if you run in Major Breath Maddox, take brick house. It's like Iron Man, kind of, with the hand repulsor thing, but it's not quite. But very cool stuff. So that's an example of a Warjack, and we've gone through the Warcasters. Let's take a look at some, here we go. Here's a Cygnar unit example. So we've got the Cygnar Long Gunner Infantry here. You're gonna have unit block information here, information about the unit. Whoa. And then on the opposite page, typically you're gonna have the infantry officer and standards that you can add to the unit and all their information here too. So that's what you can expect with that. I'm gonna skip over all the different solos there as well. The solos, strange ways. The solos will also have a bunch of background information about them as well, and just all the information you need to play them. So I love the artwork in this book, by the way. Just good stuff. I want to show, there's the model gallery. So if you have any questions about what the models look like, or just to make you jealous for painting them, here we have the painting guide, and this has a pretty good breakdown of how to paint stuff. If you want to do the studio scheme, you can see there it's got all the different colors that you need to paint laid out. Basic techniques. If you go check out the Privateer Press Prime, you can search for that. I think if you go to YouTube and also search for Privateer Press Prime, you can, the Primecast stuff, you can also, they have some painting guides. So go check out that. There's some pretty basic stuff, and then they're starting to get into some more advanced painting techniques too. Here's an alternate paint scheme. This is Keller's Lions paint scheme, which is kind of a cool yellow. Yellow's actually not that difficult if you follow along here. Use the right kind of paints. And then here's the Bubblegum Blues paint scheme. This was by Brendan Roy, their paint scheme. So pretty cool stuff. And then here's just a ton of other paint schemes that players from around the world have done. So very cool stuff. And then of course your templates at the very end that you do have permission to photocopy and cut them out for your personal use. But that's what you can expect with the Cygnar Command book. This book again came out in March of 2017. So it should be in stores by the time you watch this video. And yeah, it's totally worth it. If you are a Cygnar player, I would definitely qualify this as a must-buy because it's got all your current rules and units and everything you need to know about Cygnar. And if you're interested in Cygnar, go check this book out. Should be available on your FLGS's shelves. So go bug them about it. I'm AdamHarry from BoLS. Thanks again for watching. Have a good one.